a little bit unique today. Okay, because of course we do understand that we're here to take a look at what you need to know. That's how the skills that you need, and of course how you can get experience to be able to land an in-demand job. That is what we're here to understand. That's what we're here to take a look. I'm sure you've seen the flyers. I'm sure you that's the reason why you're here as well. Now, while we are going to be doing that, I also decided to take somewhat of a unique approach for the session today, and that was to understand what exactly it is we want. I'm speaking to each and every one of you, the audience. I'm Isosa, but don't worry, you get to know more about me later on. And if you've been in any one of my sessions before, there's something you would know, and I'm going to be reiterating, and that is the fact that I love communication. So I love a session that I'm not the only one speaking, but you're also communicating with me. Now, not necessarily having to unmute your mic and speak so we don't have a record where everyone is speaking, but more about you sending your comments, sending your feedback, sending your questions to the chat box, because I have the chat box open and I'm always taking a look at it. So that is going to be our medium for communication. And it's very, very important that you employ that. It's very, very important that you utilize it so we can have a great time. That being said, this takes me back to what I mentioned earlier, which is the unique approach that we're going to be taking. So I want to know, what do we have a unique, what's the reason? What's the reason for joining the session? I'm asking you now, say Hassan, Blessing, everyone on the call, why did you join the session today? What's that thing that you're looking for exactly? Okay, why did you join the session today? What's that thing that you're looking for? Are you looking to transition? Maybe you're looking to land the tech role, a new role in tech, or you're looking to upskill in your current job. That's where you currently work. So I want to know. Transition. Okay, fantastic. So we have Oladipo. I hope I pronounced the name correctly. She's looking to transition. Fantastic. He is looking to transition. Sorry. What about the rest of us? What are we looking to do? It's very, very important. We have to respond. If we are not ready to respond, we could as well call it a day or a night or wherever you're joining us from. Okay? We can call it a day. And I believe this is a free session. And if it's a free session, no one pays to be here. So we can decide to end the call whenever we want to end it. So if there's no communication, probably we just have to end the call now. But I need to know, I need to hear from us. What's the reason? What's the reason for why did you join? Just Gabriel has responded so far. So why did you join? What are you looking for exactly? If you're not looking for anything, say, oh, I just saw the link and I didn't know, I just decided to join the session. That's an answer as well. Okay, that's an answer as well. So if that's where you fall in, that's an answer as well. Okay, great. So now I can see comments. Princess says she's looking to upskill. Chukwebuka says, I'm new to this. I'm new to this theater. I'm new to all of this. And as a beginner, what do I need? So Chukwebuka is coming from a place of, okay, maybe you just saw the link somewhere, or you saw the topic and it was quite intriguing. And you're wondering, okay, this is something I'm interested in and I would like to know more about it. Abiodun is saying that I would like to upskill. Daniel says I would like to transition. Martin says he would like to upskill as well. Princess now gave an elaborate explanation of what she mentioned earlier, which is the fact that she would love to dive more into tech, that she's a beginner. Hassan says that he wants to upgrade his knowledge. What about the rest of us? We are over 50 on the call, over 40, 50 at the moment, and of course that number is going to grow. So I need to know what's your key motive? Why did you join the session today? Anyways, okay, so last says I'm new and a beginner. Ugundeli says I'm looking to transition. Okay, fantastic. So don't worry. At the end of this session, each and every one of you would have gotten the response. You would have gotten the reason why you joined the session. For those of you new to all of this, you will understand the next step that you have to take, because I was a beginner at some point as well, just like you. And I know that as a beginner, one of the major things that we struggle with is having direction, knowing what is the next thing I'm supposed to do. Where should I move? What should I do? What's the next step? Okay, so that's one of the things that That's one of the things that we struggle with. For some of us, all those of us looking to transition, we're currently in a new role. And one major thing that we're going to be taking is how can I get the skills that would help me to transition into the role I want? And then for some of us that already have the skills, something we are thinking about is how can I get the experience? I've been applying to jobs, I've applied to over 100 jobs, over 1,000 jobs, and I've still not been able to transition. We're going to explore all of this. But before we do that, please, I just need 30 seconds. I have a quick emergency that I just need to attend to. 30 seconds and I'll be back. Okay? Okay, so sorry about that, everyone. Just had to fix something real quick. So now we're going to get into it. Of course, we've all said the reason why we joined the session today. And just like I promised, this is a guarantee I'm giving you right now. At the end of the session, you're going to have gotten the reason why you joined in, and it would have definitely been worthwhile. But enough talk. Let's get into the main business. And just like we've seen for many of us, for most of us, and maybe for all of us, we already know the topic, and that is we are looking to understand the skills, and not just the skills, but also the experience required to land in-demand jobs in today's job market. That's what we're looking to do. And there are two major things. Yeah, you'd see you have the skills and then you have the experience. Those are the two major things. And when it comes to the world of tech, when it comes to the world of looking to transition, these two things are very, very important. For some individuals, they feel skills are more important, and for most individuals, they feel the experience is more important. And that is due to the fact that when you're trying to apply to jobs, when you're trying to get a new job, most of the time, you're going to see something about, oh, you need to have experience. You need to have 5 years experience, 100 years experience, a 1 year experience. And then you're wondering, if I need experience, how can I, and I'm new to this role, how can I get a job in this role if they say I need experience? Okay, so how can I get experience in this role if they say I need experience when I'm new to all of this? It's like that. I'd love to call it the cycle of doom, where you need to get a job to get experience, and you need to get experience to get a job. So if you need a job to get experience, how are you going to get the job when you don't have experience? And how are you going to get the experience if you need a job? That's a little bit of tautology, just going round and round and round. But that's the situation that many of us find ourselves, and we're still going to explore all of that today. But if this is the first time you're joining us, maybe this is the first time you're joining a session like this, and you're probably wondering what we do at Tenalytics Business. Just a quick intro. Tenalytics Business, we are a leading e-learning platform and an organization, and our goal is to make your dreams come true. I always say this several times, that if you forget about everything we offer at Tenalytics Business, then you should not forget that we make your dreams come true. For many of us right now, our dream is around the fact that we are looking to transition, just like we mentioned. For many of us, we are new in this space and we're looking to upskill. For many of us, we are looking to get a new job, maybe in our current role, see how we can upskill even more and get that promotion. For each and every one of these things, we are the ones for you. We make your dreams come true. And we've been in the business helping so many people, over 2,000 people that have been able to help transition into tech. So that's what we do. We're here for you. What about me? I'm Isasa Agulako, and I'm the lead in charge of training and operations at Tenalytics. So I have experience ranging from business analysis to data analytics to power platform engineering, predictive AI engineering, automation as well, and a couple of other things. And I've also been able to work across several organizations in different countries, from the UK to Canada to Singapore to the US, where I worked in hospitality. That's with Bedbug Hospitality, working as the senior information technology consultant in South Dakota in the US. And I've been able to train over 2,000 professionals across 4 continents. And I'm a very good chess player as well. Okay, I'm a very good chess player as well. And I can read minds, and I'm going to be reading your minds down the line as we move on. But those are things that you come to realize anyways. But enough talk. If you know you're really ready to go, you know you're good to go. Just like I mentioned earlier, communication is a very, very big thing for me in every one of my sessions. So if you know that you're good to go, I need you to send "I am good to go." Oh no, scratch that. Let's go with my favorite word. I need you to send "ice cream" to the chat box. Ice cream. Okay, ice cream. If you know you're good to go, send "ice cream" to the chat box. Thank you very much, Princess. Okay, thank you, Princess. I need more comment. I need more, not more ice cream. I need more feedback, more comments. Very, very important, so we can have a great time. Thank you, Daniel. Daniel is good to go. Daniel, I don't want "I'm good to go." I want you to send "ice cream." Ice cream. Okay, ice cream. Thank you very much, Kelechi. Thank you, Okoro. Thank you, Blessed. Okay, David says ice cream. We have Makuya, ice cream. Joy, ice cream. Fantastic. Hi there. So the session today is going to be divided into 3 parts. We're going to divide the session today into 3 parts. The first part being the fact that we're going to take a look at the skills and experience that you need to get a job. We're going to take a look at what you need to do to be able to transition, for those of us looking to transition. We're going to take a look at what you need to know as a beginner in the space, for those of us that are beginners in the space. We're going to take a look at what you need to upskill in your current job, for those of us looking to upskill in our current job. We're going to take a look at the reason why you joined the session today. All of this will be summarized into understanding the technical and employability skills that you need to get a job. And of course, lastly, we take a look at our upcoming course, which begins December 6th, and how you can be a part of that. Because again, like I mentioned, we make your dreams come true. At 10 Analytics, please, guys. Martins had to add an ice cream cone. That's an ice cream emoji. So yes, ice cream. I love the fact that I'm still getting ice cream until now. That shows that we are all together. We are ready to get into this session. When it comes to jobs, when it comes to tech, when it comes to this day and age, there are certain things that we have to understand. There are certain facts we have to know. What are facts? Facts are things that are true, maybe not necessarily true, but facts are things that seem to be true, or they are true. I don't know. Maybe you can give me the definition of facts later on. We're going to need to take a look at these facts, because there are things that are true in this case, and that we need to know if what you are really looking out for, if what you are really looking to get is to be able to transition, is to be able to get the skills. And what are the facts I'm talking about? The very first thing is that you have to understand that the job market has changed. The job market has changed. Skills are now more valued more than degrees. This is something that many people know, but many people do not really understand. Even for the people that claim that they know, they don't really understand the magnitude of what this means in today's day and age. And this does not just apply to the Western world. This also applies to Nigeria, because I understand that for many of us, we're in Nigeria, right? So this also applies to Nigeria as well. And I love to use myself as an example. I have a lot of experience when it comes to tech, as you've seen. I've worked in several organizations. I have lots of experience, so many skills. I want you to take a guess. What do you think I studied? What do you think my first degree is in? I want you to take a guess. I want you to take a guess. What do you think what do you think I have my what? No, you don't need to. You can send it to the chat box, okay? You can send it to the chat box. It's like, so Gilbert says computer science. Okay. Blessing says microbiology. Princess says education or computer science. Okay. Victor says social science. Anointed says sociology. Mokmelola says microbiology. Daniel says mass communication. Tuchuku says agricultural science. Hassan says information technology. What about the rest of us? Okay, let's check. Come on. I can see law. Okay, law. There was a baby law. Udida says mass communication. Mass communication. Olawale says mathematics. Okay, English. Uh, the funny thing is, no one has actually gotten it so far. I can see someone says fancy. No, someone says Yoruba. So that's actually wrong. My first degree is in forestry and wildlife management. So by profession, I am a forester. Okay, by profession, when they say, oh, your license, blah, 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 all of those things, I am a forester. But in all my years of being in tech, no one has ever asked me, and I mean absolutely no one has ever asked me, what did you study? Or, oh, because you studied this particular, because you studied this, you studied this, we don't think you can work with us in this role. That has never happened. Even when I was still a boarding techie, just like many of us right now. Yeah, Gabriel says you should be working in that job. Wow, exactly, right? Yes, but that's for more of the wildlife, and yeah, so it's forestry and wildlife. I have a degree in both of them. So, like I said, when I was saying, and I'm going back now because right now I'm sure many of you would say, oh, of course, no one is going to ask you what you studied due to your experience and all of that. But even back then, no one asked, what did you study? All they cared about was, what are your skills? What can you do? What can you do? Yes, for some recruiters were interested in ensuring that you went to school. For some, not all. Okay, and that was more of just serving as proof of the fact that, oh, you can actually do something and complete it, because that's what, like schooling, one of the things that schooling guarantees recruiters, that someone that you can actually stick to something for 5 years, because it was a 5 years course, that you can actually stick to something for 5 years or 4 years, depending on whatever degree, or 6 years if you're looking at whatever degree you studied, that you can actually stick to that and stick to something, go through with it. So that's where it gives the recruiter some sort of guarantee that you are someone that can stick with something and you can think about something, those kind of stuff. But like I said, not every recruiter actually does that, but that's just one of the things. So then I wasn't asked what do you study? Today, that is not even up for conversations, because today I'm now in a position where I'm not the one searching for opportunities, but rather people are the one reaching out to me. Just 2-3 days ago on LinkedIn, I could show you this, but I have so many messages on LinkedIn, and due to privacy reasons, I'm not going to pull it up. But just like 2 or 3 days ago, 2 or 3 days, just this week, 2 or 3 days ago, someone reached out to me asking that, an organization to be exact, that please, they want me to collaborate with them on a project that they're working on. They're trying to do a full-scale revamp of their entire processes of everything, and they wanted me to help lead that team that was going to do that. And it was more of a like, it was supposed to be 6-7 months contract. I didn't go ahead with it because right now I'm swamped. For many of my colleagues, many of my friends, they know that right now I actually say I don't even have time for myself. But what am I saying? And this is not just a one-time occurrence. This is something that occurs, many times, over and over again across several organizations. So now, of course, I don't need to have. No one is asking, what did you study? Due to the fact that my work speaks for me. But then, when there was no, when that work was not there, when there was nothing that was speaking for me at that point. No one still did not ask. No one asked, what did you study? When I was the one reaching out to people. No one, when I reached out to a recruiter, they were not interested in what did you study. Even when some recruiters asked, what did I study? It was more about just trying to ask me questions around our fields to be sure that, oh, I actually went through the school and the school went through me as well. Okay, so that's the situation. Now, why did I talk about this? And this is, I'm not just an outlier. For many of you, you probably know Efemina. I'm sure for many of you probably know Efemina, the co-founder of Analytics Business. And Efemina studied economics. And today, Efemina, when you see Efemina, one thing that comes to mind is what a tech giant, right? But you won't realize, or rather, you would, if I did not tell you he studied economics, you probably not know. That's what he had his first degree in. And also looking at Adeza, for instance, Adeza studied industrial chemistry, not tech, not computer science. Are we together? Are we following? If you know you're still with me, because we're going to talk. Today's not just going to be any kind like your normal everyday session, something that you're familiar with, but it's going to take, like I said, at the end of the session, every single thing that you want, the reason you joined in, you're going to get everything. You're going to get everything. So if you know you're still with me, I want you to, just send ice cream. That's going to be our go-to word today. Send ice cream to the chat box. Ice cream to the chat box. Send ice cream to the chat box. Okay, ice cream from Drenna, ice cream from Princess. Okay, great. Good to know we are following. So that's the first fact. You have to understand that the job market has changed. It's now even more prevalent now than before. Because if you follow Elon, that's Elon Musk, at the start of the year in January, you would have seen a tweet from Elon. Elon posted, and you can go on his account and search for this. Elon posted on X in January this year that they are looking to build a small team at X, and they are looking to hire some. I'm paraphrasing here. They're looking to hire some developers, and he said that if you know you have good work, send us your code. We don't care, and I'm quoting him. He said, "We don't care which school you went to. We don't care, or if you even went to school." Note, he said, "We don't care if you went to school." He said, "We don't care which school you went to, or if you even went to school. We don't care what company you've worked in. All we need is your code. Show us your code." That was an open invitation to the general public to work with teams. That if you are very good, I'm sure he employed maybe a couple of people on the spot. So that's to show you that no one cares about your degree. So if you feel, oh, because I studied English language, or because I studied French, or I studied medicine, or I studied law, I'm not going to be able to transition into tech, that's false. And then we look at the second fact, which is the fact that employers care less about what you studied. I talked about this, and more about what you can do right now. More about what you can do right now. That's what employers care about. Because for many individuals, for many employers, for many companies, when they are looking to hire someone, they are hiring based off a problem. They're hiring based off a problem. And what do I mean by they are hiring based off a problem? You don't say a company just go out there and say, oh, we want to create a new job board, or we want to post a job just because we want to post a job. No, companies post jobs because there's a problem in the organization and they need someone that's going to come in and help fix that problem. So for every job role, it's an opportunity. Maybe not an opportunity, but rather every job role is a solution to a problem. That's why when people tell me that, oh, Isa, I want you to, not me, but when people tell me, oh, Isa, I want to know, can I get entry level roles? People talk about entry level roles, but many of you right now, you're probably thinking about entry level roles. You probably have a question. You have a question in your mind. You're like, oh, at the end of the session, I'm going to ask Isa, how can I transition? How can I get entry level roles? I'm just starting. I want entry level roles. Please take that out of your head. If you're thinking about entry level roles, take it out of your head. For me, I don't think that there's anything like entry level role. I don't believe it. What's an entry level role? An entry level role is a job that does not require you to have experience. Maybe you 0 years experience, just come in and be learning on the job. That does not exist, except if you are talking about an internship, which is different. But if we're talking about a job that would say, oh, if you don't have experience, that is, I don't think that exists. It's again, I might be wrong, but that's just me. I don't think it exists. For every job, the recruiter would end up hiring someone that has experience over someone that doesn't for every job. And that's what takes me back to, and that's what highlights the fact that recruiters are looking for someone that can come in and hit the ground running. What can you do right now? We don't care about what you studied. If you studied, I don't, that's not what I'm talking about. But rather, what can you do right now? That's the beauty of many roles in tech. That's the beauty of today's world. The only jobs that would say, oh, you need to know what you study, there are roles that have to do with maybe law. Okay, of course, you have to study law or medicine to be a doctor. Okay, yeah, you have to study medicine. What else? Maybe engineering. Yeah, engineering. But those are traditional roles. Those are traditional roles. In today's day and age, you're looking to work for companies, you want to work in organizations. No one cares what you studied. All they care about is what can you do for us right now. That's fact number two. Fact number three is the fact that today, most competitive roles are becoming hybrids, mix of technical know-how and AI. AI is a very big thing right now. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you a secret. Is it a secret? Yeah, I think it's a secret. Should I tell you guys a secret? Should I tell you guys a secret? Nah, I don't think I should tell you the secret. No, I shouldn't. It's called a secret for a reason. Okay, it's called a secret for a reason. Secrets are not meant to be told. Secrets are not meant to be told. So I don't think I should tell you the secret. Or should I tell you the secret? If I'm able to get, I mean, we are 72 on the call. If I'm able to get 50 yes, I'll go ahead and tell you the secret. If I'm able to get 50 yes. I've just gotten like 3 so far. That's why I'm not telling you the secret. So let's move on. So most competitive roles are becoming hybrids. That means that you need the technical know-how and you also need what? A mix of, you also need AI. This is the reason. Let's say you are a data analyst. Okay? You are a data analyst. And you are the traditional data analyst. You build your dashboards, you do all of that, you analyze the data. And then you have another data analyst who I would like to call the modern data analyst. This modern data analyst uses AI to be more efficient and more effective at work. So when you're building a dashboard, usually your dashboard takes you, say maybe your dashboard takes you, say, 5 hours to build for you to analyze the data, all of those things. And then you have this modern data analyst that utilizes AI tools in getting that same dashboard done in 2 hours. You're going to have a situation where you're going to be outperformed by the data analyst that utilizes AI. You are a data analyst. She's a data analyst. But one of you uses AI to improve. No, I'm not saying just depending on AI, but using AI as a way to improve being effective and being efficient. So in a job, when recruiters are looking to hire someone, they're definitely going to go with the person that has a track record of being able to deliver on time. Maybe they gave you guys a case study to work on or something. and then you're working on that case study, it takes you 6 hours, 6 years to get them a result. For someone else, it takes them less time to get them that same result. Of course, they're going to go with person A because person A is going to be able to do more work in little time. And when it comes to this, that's AI and all of this, this has actually been more prevalent in today's day and age. I was speaking to someone some time ago, and I told the person that I believe that AI in 2025, that it was actually in 2025 that AI became more mainstream. That's talking about AI taking jobs or AI being used in jobs. Like 2025, it became more mainstream. And this individual was like, oh no, it's 2024 and all of that. We're just having a bit of a tit tat. And this is the reason why I believe that AI became more mainstream in 2025. Because it was this year that we started hearing so much about automation. It has always been existing, don't get me wrong. But in 2025, it's now became even more real, where everyone is automating something. I said if I get up to 50 yeses, I'm going to tell you guys a secret. Let me see. Okay, I think I didn't even get up to 10. All right. Okay, I guess we don't want to know. So those are the facts. So we know that the job market has changed. We know the job market has changed. We know that employers care less about what you studied. We know that most competitive roles are becoming hybrid roles, technical know-how and AI, not just someone that is just using AI alone. Because if you're using AI alone, you cannot even function as a data analyst. Because one of the major features of a data analyst is the fact that you can solve problems. You can solve not just building dashboard, but you can solve problems. So if you don't have the technical know-how and you're just using AI, you're not going to be effective as a data analyst. So rather, a blend of both of them. Those are the facts. And that takes us to something else. I have a question for you. At the moment, what AI tools do you leverage? What AI tools do you use at the moment? What AI tools do you use at the moment? Okay. Please, 30 seconds. Just give me 30 seconds, please. I really need to attend to something. I sincerely apologize. Just 30 seconds. Okay, so yeah, I asked the question, what AI tools do you currently leverage? And so Tony said ChatGPT. We have lots of ChatGPT. Perplexity. Well, that's Perplexity. Someone uses Perplexity. Very good. We have Ayodeji said Grok, Copilot. Chukwemeka uses Copilot. Chukwemeka, do you work in an organization that works with M365? But it's usually Copilot is usually used by companies and not individuals. Okay. Muhammad says CapCut. So Muhammad uses the AI in CapCut. That's for editing and all of that. So for if you take a look at the chat box, we take a look at the chat box. I can see that for many of us, we have ChatGPT, we have Grok, we have Perplexity, we have Gemini, all of these things. But the truth is, these tools that you're currently using, okay, these tools that you're currently using, these AI tools that you currently leverage, Gemini, Claude, ChatGPT, all of these things, they are old news. These tools are what? They are old news. Old news. You are still a total beginner and you actually need to upskill. Yes, they are old news. ChatGPT has been out since 2019, 2020. Everyone uses ChatGPT. But when we are talking about AI today, we are actually talking about more than ChatGPT. We're talking about more than Gemini, more than Claude. So what are the new tools you should be looking to learn? We get into that. But we have to understand, firstly, the skills that you need to land the job. Because before we look at AI, which we're going to look at, we need to understand the skills you need to land the job. But before we actually take a look at the skills you need to land the job, we need to understand the jobs that are actually in high demand. Because you cannot be learning skills of a particular role that is going to die out pretty soon. And that's why on my screen, you'd see it says, before we take a look at the skills needed to land the job, we first have to identify the in-demand career path. Before we take a look at the skills needed to land the job, we first have to identify the in-demand career path. It's just like someone telling me today that, oh, sir, I want to be a clerk. I want to be a clerk. I want to be a typist. I want to learn how to type. In this day and age, like today, you still want to learn how to, you still want to be a clerk today? So whatever it is that you want to do, before we look at the skills that you need to learn to be able to do what you want to do, we have to take a look at what you should be looking to do. And I already have some ideas in mind, some in-demand career path. And I thought, should I just join a session like this and just tell the guys, okay, this is what you need to learn, this is what you need to learn, this is what you need to learn this, learn that. Okay, this is the new job. Become let's say a graphic designer, get into robotics, get into aeronautics, or should I just go ahead and say all of that? And I decided no. Instead, we're going to take a different approach, which is we're going to actually take a look at other bodies, what others have said, because I've done my research. But I think that you would be more open to the truth when you see that we are looking at research from external bodies. And that's how I came across one very important organization, something that we looked at analytics business before we decided to say, okay, these are the programs that you should be looking to get into, or these are the career paths that you should be learning. And that is the World Economic Forum, also known as the WEF. Okay, the World Economic Forum. The World Economic Forum is this organization that contains the people that decide global economics. I'm talking about CEOs of the top companies, directors of several top companies, people that decide global economics. And these people, they sit every 2 years to forecast what the jobs are going to look like in the next 5 years. Note, the people that are sitting together are the people that actually create these jobs, the people that create the jobs that say, okay, the people that own these companies that hire lots and lots of individuals. These are the people coming together to tell you that these are the jobs that are going to be destroyed, and these are the jobs that are going to be in high demand. I believe that gives them credibility. It's just like the let's say, what kind of example can we give? It's like someone that decides, an artist telling you that this is what the next drawing is going to look like. The artist is the person that paints, the person actually drawing. They're the ones make painting or creating that artwork. And that same artist is telling you that this is what the next drawing is going to be. Are you going to believe them or not? Are you going to believe them or not? An artist that actually draws, they're looking at their painting, or maybe the artist draws or paints, they're looking at their work, and their work is great. And they're telling you this is what the next work is going to be. Don't forget, they are the ones that are actually creating the work. Or this artist is the person creating the work, and this artist is the person telling you that this is what the next work is going to be. Are you going to believe this artist or not? I'm sure you're going to believe, right? I'm just trying to provide context about who the World Economic Forum is as a body. I'm trying to do what? Provide context as to who the World Economic Forum is as a body. So that when they're talking about anything related to careers, when they're talking about anything related to jobs, it makes sense for you to pay attention, because these are the people mostly in charge of creating this job, like I said, of deciding global economics. And every 2 years, they sit to come up with a report known as the future of jobs, the future of jobs. And the great thing about this particular report, the great thing about this future of jobs report is that it's available. It's out there. It's not an hidden report. It's not a hidden report that, okay, this report is only open to just a few individuals. No, anyone can get it. Of course, once you get access to the slides, just ensure you fill the form that my colleague has been sending to the chat box. So click on that link, fill the form, and then so you get access to this slides, and then you can click on this link to download this report. Or you can just go on your browser and search for the Future of Jobs Report 2025, and you're going to get this. It's a pretty long read, about 297 pages, if I'm not mistaken. And what it's in there is telling you the future of jobs, the future of jobs. And this is very, very important to many of us, especially those of us on the call right now that are looking to transition. Remember, some of us are saying, oh, we want to transition. So you should be thinking about, what should I even transition into? Because you want to ensure that the role you're looking to transition into is not a role that's going to die out. Think about it. It's pretty sad if you get yourself into a situation where you're learning a skill. It's just like, let's say you want to be a fashion designer and you go learn the skill, and tomorrow they tell you that, oh, fashion designing is dead. That would have been time and money wasted. Time and money that you would have used in doing something even better. And what we noticed from the future of jobs, because we took a look at this report, what we noticed is that for you to actually, two of the main themes were skills and experience. That's that you need to acquire skills and experience in careers that secure your future. That was like part of the main theme in that particular event. And the skills that we are looking at, data skills and AI skills. Most of what we had in this report revolved around two main things. It revolved around data and it revolved around AI. It revolved around data and it revolved around AI. And that's the reason why we have this report. This was on page 27, if I'm not mistaken, page 27 of the report. And what you'd see, these are jobs, these are roles that would grow as an increase in demand, increase in supply. Like there's so many jobs available. More and more jobs will be created in these roles. And the ones by the right are the roles that are going to decrease in terms of supply. They're going to what? Decrease in terms of supply. Looking at the rows by the left, you'd see you have those blue lines. See these blue lines? Can you see these blue lines? If you can see these blue lines, give me a thumbs up. Can you see these blue lines? You can see these blue lines. Give me a thumbs up. Okay, great. Thank you very much, Okoro. So those blue lines signify the amount of jobs that will be created. Because the World Economic Forum said, and I repeat, that 172 million jobs, 172 million jobs will be created. And while we're going to have 172 million jobs that will be created, we're going to have around 90 million jobs, 90 million jobs that will be destroyed. So 172 million jobs will be created, and about 90 million jobs will be destroyed. And what those bluish lines are showing us, these bluish lines are showing us jobs that will be created, that you'll have more jobs being created. And this reddish or purplish lines are showing those that will be destroyed. That's the amount of jobs that will be destroyed. And so I'm going to highlight some key things. For data and AI skills, you'd see things like big data specialist. Big data specialist. You see something like AI and machine learning specialist. You see something like data warehousing specialist, data analytics and scientists. You see something like data engineers. You see something like database and network professionals. All of these are skills that revolve around data. And because of what we've been able to understand at the start of this session, when we took a look at the three facts, the last fact being that many roles, many competitive roles today are hybrid, having to have the technical skills and also the knowledge of AI to be able to be more effective. That's the reason why you'd see that in addition to these data skills, you would also need AI skills to be able to function in these roles. And these are not just what I'm saying. This is not just me. This is not a slide I just put up. This report is available out there. All you just need to do, you can go on your browser and search for the Future of Jobs report. And so that's not all. We'll also see that there's also the HR role. Those looking to get into HR, because for many of us, we are already in HR. But HR is that department that used to be known, or is probably still known as HR department. They don't do anything in the organization. Is anyone in HR? Yeah, or is anyone interested in HR? Okay, is anyone interested in HR? I'll give a thumbs up. Or is anyone in HR on this call? Don't be shy. Be a proud HR professional. Thank you very much, Princess. So Princess is an HR personnel. Thank you very much, Princess. Lawal was asking, what about coding? Coding is not a career path, Lawal. Coding is just a skill. It's not a career path. And for many of those roles listed, for the data roles, such as big data specialist, you need coding, such as Python. Okay? Roles like data engineering, you need coding, such as Python as well, SQL. So coding is not a career path, it's just a skill that is also needed. So great. So Princess says, I'm an HR personnel, recruitment and remuneration. Thank you very much, Princess. Thank you so much. So what was I asking for HR personnel? Because for many of us in HR, we would know, we would understand. I'm not in HR, but I've recruited a lot of people. But I'm not in HR. But there's this notion about HR that, it's a department that don't do anything in the office. All they do is just, when it's time to pay salaries, or when it's time for you to, you want to go on leave, just tell HR that, I want to go on leave, and that HR doesn't do anything. But that is false. In today's, exactly, Princess, they feel that the job is easy, but that is false. Especially in today's day and age, where you now have something known as HR analytics. And even more, you now have something known as Gen AI for HR analysts. Because as HR analyst, you should not just, something that fascinates me about HR analysts, and this is something that for something that I've also experienced as well, with some of my friends that are in HR, something that they've been able to come up with, and I would not say this in public. I know this is public, but I'm just going to tell it to you guys. I'm the one that gave them this idea, by the way. Okay, I'm just putting it out there. I want to give them this idea. I won't say it in front of them, but I'm the one that gave them this idea. I'm just saying it for you guys to know. Now, what they do, they now have what we call stay interviews. Stay interviews. So for HR, there's something known as exit interview. Exit interview. Exit interview. And what is exit interview? That is when someone is leaving the company. You have an individual that's leaving the organization. Okay, an individual leaving the company, and then HR decides to have an exit interview with this person. Exit interview. HR decides to have an exit interview. And what is an exit interview? That is, you sent in your resignation letter. HR meets with you and asks, is why are you? Thank you, not thank you, but they just want to know why you're leaving the company. Okay, so why are you leaving the company? Is there something we would have done better? Those kind of stuff. That's an exit interview, just to know why you're leaving the company. Okay. Thank you very much, Ojobaro. So Ojobaro says yes, it was done for me when I left ITZ Digitals. Okay, thank you very much, Ojobaro. So Princess says your reasons for leaving. Exactly, Princess. Thank you very much. So HR has this exit interview, and I told my guys, okay, my friends, that's guys and also females as well. I told them because I have about 3 main friends that are in HR, and I was like, instead of having exit interviews, why don't you have stay interviews? I was surprised they've never heard of stay interviews. It's called stay. I was surprised they've never heard of it. Stay interviews. Stay interviews. Now, what are stay interviews? Stay interviews is where instead of HR being reactive, instead of HR being reactive, HR becomes proactive. Exactly, Princess. Okay, HR becomes proactive. And what is the entire concept of a stay interview? The fact that you'd use data, keyword, data. You cannot do this without data. There needs to be data. And this is one of the things that also gave rise to the HR analyst. That's an HR personnel, that's also a data analyst. So you use data to figure out who is most likely going to leave the organization. Based off past data, you've seen that, these are the people that leave, because anyone that leaves the company, you'll have that person's data. And then maybe you now go ahead to analyze your data using your analytical tools, using AI, all of these things. You analyze your data, and then you figure out that these are the individuals that are most likely going to leave the company. You figure out that the people that are always being treated, that's attrition, people that are always leaving this organization are people from the sales department, for instance. The people that are always leaving the company are people from the sales department. Okay, so let's say you figured out that the people always leaving the company are people from the sales department. And the people that are always leaving the company from the sales department are people that are married, not single. Singles remain. But married people in the sales department are always leaving. They constitute, say, 75% of the attrition in the company. Attrition. They constitute, I don't think you guys can even see my ink. Let me change. I don't think you guys can see my ink. That this should be clear. So you analyzed your data and you saw that the sales department and married people, that's couples, anyone that's married, they constitute 75% of the company's attrition. They constitute what? 75% of the company's attrition. 75%. And the only way you can find this out is by data. It's not like, you're just going to take it. You have to go ahead and do your analysis using AI, everything, for you to be able to figure out that these are the people most likely to leave. So now that you've figured out that people most likely to leave the organization are salespeople, that's the people in the sales team, and not just the sales team in general, but married couples or someone that's married in the sales team. you can now have a stay interview with those individuals, especially for staff that the company would not like to lose. Because every company has that star individual that they don't want to lose. So as HR would now go ahead to find, HR would now go ahead to find John. HR identifies that John is in the sales department and John is married, or John is in the sales department and John just got married. Maybe John is just coming back from his honeymoon. John just got married. So what will HR do? No, John has not sent any notice that, I want to leave the company or anything of that sort. But John will go but HR will go ahead to meet with John, schedule a meeting with John and be like, John, thank you very much for the hard work you've been doing for our company. We are glad that you just got married. Congratulations on your wedding, all of those things. And we just want to know if everything is going well. How you feeling as an individual? How you feeling now that you just got married? And anything you think we can do better that will make you better, and anything you feel we can do as a company that will make you even better. Okay, and then John can now start saying things like, I just got married and I would like to be able to have flexible working hours, because it's very, very difficult having to spend this amount of time in the office. The work-life balance is not really great. Maybe that was the problem. Maybe the problem is the work-life balance, due to the fact that you have married couples, they have a spouse at home waiting for them. Maybe they have kids, so they cannot spend all day at work. And then if John is a staff that the company really does not want to lose, the company can go ahead to make adjustments for John. Even if they don't make a company-wide adjustment, maybe something special just for John, to ensure that John does not end up leaving the company. That is an example of a stay interview, and that can only be done with data. Now, when I told them this, they were very, very fascinated. This is the reason. They were not strangers to the concept of having an interview with staff to know how they were faring, but they were what was strange to them was the concept of using data, because for many organizations they do have these interviews with staff. They do have, maybe for some of you, maybe in your company, maybe someone has met with you, maybe your manager, whatever the case may be, they just speak with you. But it's usually done. It's usually not. But it's usually done in small companies. Companies that usually have like less than 100 staff. Because when you start having a company with 200 staff, 200 staff, it's not so easy to meet with each and every person. And so you now have a situation where these interviews are no longer conducted. But with data, instead of you having to meet with everyone generally, we are able to pinpoint the people that need intervention. That is an example of stay interview. And with stay interviews, you are able to save the company money on recruitment, because recruitment is very expensive. You're saving money on recruitment. You're saving money on wasting talent. You are ensuring that everyone is happy. All of those things make you a better HR personnel. And that's what many organizations are tilting towards. Not just the traditional HR, but HR that knows how to utilize data and AI to be able to improve the company's workforce. And then we also have, and as you can see, now why did I take my time explaining all of this? I took my time explaining all of this because from the word economic forum, you can see that we have something called organizational development specialist. This is also a role that falls under HR, but not just your everyday HR role. And then, of course, moving on, we have the business analyst, which is the process automation specialist. Process what? Process automation specialist. We know that automation is a big thing right now. And you have a couple of other roles as well, the business intelligence analyst, the database architects. All of these roles fall under data and HR skills, and also under HR. HR, you can see training and development specialist, management and organizational analyst. and also the project managers as well, where you can see the project management roles in here. All of these roles are very, very high in demand. As we've seen, this is not me just, I didn't just come up with this on the spot. Again, this is public knowledge. You can go out there and do your research, and you're going to see all of this. You go out there and search for this report, and you're going to see this. If you know you're still with me, you know what to do. Send ice cream to the chat box. Send ice cream to the chat box. If you know you're still with me, send ice cream to the chat box. Ice cream, thank you very much, Victor. Thank you. Very, very important. I need to know you're still with me. Send ice cream. Maybe later I will tell you the reason why I said you should send him ice cream and not tell me I'm ready to go. So just ice cream. Maybe I'll tell you later on. Okay. For now, just send ice cream. Okay, great. Great to know that we're following. So we've been able to see the careers that are actually in high demand. Now we have to understand what skills do we need to be able to get jobs in these careers, in these different career paths, in these paths that are very, very high demand. What skills do we need to have? The first thing we're going to look at is the automation engineer, the AI automation engineer. I mentioned that I was going to tell you guys a secret. If I got 50 yeses, I don't think I got up to 50, but you know what? I'm going to tell you either way. At the moment, there's something I do by the side. Okay? There's something I do by the side. At the start of the year, I had some friends. They were like, "Oh, Aisha, loosen up a bit. You know, you're so uptight. You walk. Loosen up a bit." And I love playing games. I play games a lot. So I was told to begin streaming something at the side, just when I have the time, just as a hobby. And I started streaming. And then later on, due to my workload, especially recently, I've not really been able to stream that much because I'm very, very busy. I've not really been able to stream that much. Like I said, I was just streaming by the side because I play games a lot. So I really play games. So I tried to stream my gameplay. And I've not really been able to do that due to the fact that I've been very, very busy. And I decided, okay, I've been streaming and I've been seeing that I've been getting views, I've been getting followers. How about I create a fully automated channel? Still with me. I thought to myself, how about I create a fully automatic YouTube channel that would also be posting on Instagram, posting on TikTok, without me. Now this is different from my main channel where I stream, different from my main channel. But looking at the fact that I've not really been having the time, and I've been loving the kind of engagement I've been getting. How about I create a separate channel, something entirely different, that is going to be fully automatic? Ladies and gentlemen, I went ahead to create a fully automatic YouTube channel. I completed this project last week. And right now, as I speak to you, I have a channel that posts frequently without me having to do anything. It creates the content, it posts on Instagram, post on YouTube, post on TikTok. And I've been getting, I decided to take a look at because I was expecting I was not going to get subscribers, or I was not going to get likes, views, those kind of stuff. But then, when I took a look at the analytics today, that wasn't the case. I was getting comments. People were commenting on the videos that were created. No, I'm not the one that created the videos. I didn't do that. But I just had to create this an automation that will create the videos, do the voiceover, do all of those things, create the top, everything, and then post. And it's been fascinating. When I find the time, I'm gonna go back to streaming on my main channel, which, like I said, it has been a nice hobby recently. But when I find the time, I'm gonna go back to that. But right now, I have a separate channel that is going ahead to automate all of these posting a fully automatic. I don't think you guys understand. You know, guys, I don't think you understand what I'm saying right now. I don't think we really understand what I'm saying. Okay. If you understand the entire idea, what I just mentioned, you would really appreciate what automation can do. And I'm pretty sure that after some time, once I'm able to, because I'm looking at the likes, I'm seeing that okay, the videos are getting views. Over the fact that these videos were created by AI, they're put together using topics, using relevant topics, different clips, meshed together. It took a lot of work. I'm not going to lie, trying to build that channel, but putting merging different clips together, creating some sort of voiceover, adding everything together, and seeing that okay, this channel is actually being that there's engagement on this channel, this fully automatic channel that I'm not doing anything on. There's engagement. People are subscribing. Yeah, the subscriber count doesn't be very high, but the views, the fact that people are taking out time to comment, to like, after some time, I'm pretty sure that that channel is going to become monetized. And that will be just an extra source of income by the side without me having to do anything. This is not me being a content creator now, because the content creator, you have to take out time to create your content. But this is something just working by the side without me having to do anything. Why did I give you this example? That's to tell you the power of automation. In today's day, every organization is looking to build an automation, is looking for someone that can come in and help them automate their processes. And it's a skill that puts you in one of the most sought after professionals right now. Right now. For you to be an automation engineer, what do you need to know? What do you need to understand? You need to understand the foundations of AI automation and LLMs. And then you have to understand prompt engineering, of course. Then you have to be able to build LLM-powered apps with document search, memory, RAG pipelines. Then advanced AI automation, building AI voice agents, and also being able to deploy, monetize, and demo projects. Once I've been able to build that fully automatic channel, it's a project that is it's quite advanced. I would say, put it that way, it's quite advanced. But for you to be an automation engineer, you don't even have to do that kind of project, because you have companies that are looking for someone that is going to come in. Okay, now we need someone that is going to help us automate our voice agents, where we have situations where customers can place a call. Customers can place a call call someone, and we can have an agent pick up the call. We want to have an automation that will ensure that we are able to reach out to each and every one of our leads. We want to have an automation that would ensure that we are not missing out on any sales. All of these things are things that can be done by beginners, even as long as you understand the concept. So now think about it. If what organizations are looking for right now are people that just have the skill, because if you just have the skill, you're going to be able to do everything I just mentioned, even with N8N. Someone mentioned on the call earlier that they work with N8N, which is great. Just having that little knowledge of N8N, you will be able to function in all of these organizations, be able to build these automations for them. Of course, you will need even more knowledge. You understand the RAG pipeline to be able to build WhatsApp bots. Just last week, one of my colleagues, not last week, I think it was about a month ago, my colleague told, not me, a friend of mine told me, and this was not my project, a friend of mine told me that he built a bot for an organization. a WhatsApp agent. You know those WhatsApp agents that you can speak. Let's say you have a company, this company, and they have a WhatsApp agent. You can speak to that agent on WhatsApp, and the agent will respond to you. Those kind of stuff. So he built something similar for a company. And many of us, we're always wondering, how was that thing built? How does this agent know everything about the company? How does this agent know that how does this agent even know me? Because it's different from ChatGPT. How does this agent know that, okay, I'm a customer with this company, okay, these are my records? How does this even know details about this company? That's RAG. That's what is known as the Retriever Augmented Generation, RAG. And this is something that you would also be learning as well. Tools that you'll be looking at, end-to-end, you have your Flowise. Flowise is used for building your AI agents using different frameworks such as your LangChain, your LangGraph, or your AutoGen, or maybe your AutoGen or your Crew AI. Then you have your Chroma DB, which is used for your knowledge base, for your vector embeddings. Then you have your Airtable, which you can use as a database for storing data from your automation. ChatGPT, Zapier, everyone knows Zapier. Your Gradio, your Gemini, your Cloud, your Retail AI, which is you use for building voice agents. To your 11 Labs, which you use the API of 11 Labs to create real AI voices. Gone are the days when AI used to sound robotic. Okay, today with 11 Labs, you can clone your voice to make AI sound as realistic. And you know, when I'm saying this, I don't think you guys understand the day and age you're currently in. Has anyone seen 11 Labs? 11 Labs ad? Have everyone seen? Is that one here that always goes on YouTube? Maybe you've seen this ad from 11 Labs. 11 Labs. There's this ad where someone will be talking like, "Oh, I've forgotten the phrase. It will say something like, I'm about to start speaking in different accents. Oh, but just between you and me, I don't really know how." Have we seen that ad? Okay, do you know what's going to happen? I want you to search for 11 Labs. Search for 11 Labs on YouTube. Search for 11 Labs on YouTube. Search for 11 Labs on your browser. Okay, do this so that the algorithm, because we are being, yes, there's an algorithm tracking everything we are doing, so that the algorithm would know that you're interested in 11 Labs, so that the next time you go on YouTube, it will show you an ad from 11 Labs. Trust me, it's going to work. For those of you that think it's not going to work, it is going to work. I can guarantee it's going to work. Just search for 11 Labs. Go on Google right now. Search for 11 Labs. Just search for voice agent. Just be searching for 11 Labs, and I guarantee you, the next time you're on YouTube, you know those ads that play on YouTube. The next time you're on YouTube, you are going to see an ad from 11 Labs. You are going to see an ad from 11 Labs. Now, for those of us that have seen that ad, you'd see something like, okay, it seems Olajide has seen that ad. Okay, you could use it for French, Spanish, yes. Yeah, the video was impressive. That was an AI agent that was speaking. That was AI voice that was speaking. The AI voice knew when to punctuate, it knew when to sigh, it knew when to. That is what you can get in today's day and age. So you can build voice agents that sound as humanly as possible. And of course, you can get all of these skills. You can learn all of these skills. The class times are simple. You have classes on Saturdays and you have classes on Sundays. Saturdays, but in the morning from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. and Sundays 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. And you're going to be able to get all of these skills needed to become an automation engineer. And then, of course, we are not done. We're also looking at the fact that you want to be a data analyst, but not just any data analyst, but rather utilizing generative AI for data analysis. Because we also know from also we saw that one of the roles that are very that are in high demand are data roles. Data roles, and with AI, you can improve your productivity. It's not just about knowing only how to work with Power BI, Excel, and SQL. No, can you use Copilot in Power BI Can you use Julius? Many of us, we don't even know Julius. Many of us don't even know what Julius is. Okay? Many of us, we don't even know what Julius is or what Julius does. We have absolutely no clue. All we know is ChatGPT. Julius, and that's not meant to look down on you, okay? Even if you only know ChatGPT. Well, we don't know Julius. Julius is like ChatGPT, but ChatGPT for data analysts. It can help you out with your data analysis. You have bricks, you have your quadratic, you have your data GPT. All of these things that you should learn. Class times being similar. Also, Gen AI for HR analysts. I spent time talking about state abuse because HR has transcended what you used to know. It's something more, it's something better. You are HR personnel or you have interest in HR. One of the key things that you should be looking at right now is how you can go to work and everyone is wondering, are you sure Princess is still a HR personnel? Are you sure this is still the HR department? This no longer seems like a HR department. This seems like the department of moving forward and backward never. Okay. This seems like the department. This is the department that is now helping us save costs. I want you to build something. I want to build something that your employers are now wondering. Are you sure we should still call this department HR? Maybe we need to rebrand HR department. This department is no longer HR. They are doing even more than what HR should be doing. For you to be able to do that, for you to be able to achieve that, you need to have the data skills and the AI skills. Because trust me, AI is not going anywhere. Do you think AI is just a phase? Sorry to bust your bubble, but that's false. It's just like in the early 2000s when we had the internet. At that time, some people might have felt, oh, the internet is going to go out. But no, that was not the case. Today, we're still using the internet. In the early 2000s, AI was the future. Oh, sorry, we are now in the future. AI is no longer the future. AI is the present. What is now the future is better AI. Think about it. Let's say in the year 2010, 2011, would you have believed that today there was going to be this bot that you can ask anything and to give you an answer? That's not Google. Google does not give you answers. Google will give you search pages, search websites, like it will give you web pages. But now you have a bot that will tell you everything you need to know. You can even have a conversation with the bot. You want to write a poem, the bot can write a poem for you. Whatever it is you want to do, think about it. Then robots used to seem like fiction. You'd have movies that would create futuristic robots. I'm sure everyone knows iRobot. Did you guys watch iRobot? iRobot. There's this movie called iRobot where you had Will Smith and the robots were supposed to take over the world. Or Terminator, where you had these robots coming from the future. But today we have robots. We have fully autonomous robots today. It's no longer a thing of, oh, it's gonna happen in the future. It's happening now. So it's high time you jump on that bandwagon so you don't get left behind. And that's also for guys that want to be business analysts, or rather, you are a business analyst. You need to upskill with AI. You need to know how you can use you need to understand foundations of generative AI for business analysts. You need to understand tools for automation of AI agents, prompt engineering for business analysts, AI tools for every business analyst. All of these things are things you have to learn, not just knowing how to work with ChatGPT and Claude. You need to know how to work with the AI in Jira. You need to know how to work with Miro. You need to know how to work with the AI Notion. Because if you don't, you're going to be overtaken. People are scared that AI is going to take their jobs. But AI is not here to take your job. But rather, those that can use AI replace those that can't. I just told you I created a fully automatic channel. That is That's, let's say, now this is not to say that this is not to say that um the jobs of content creators are like it's going to it's no longer going to be high demand or whatever. That's not what I'm saying. But I just want you to think about it. I just want you to think about it. Just think about it. A couple of months ago, there was this new platform that was released called Sora. For my automatic channel, I didn't use Sora. I did not use Sora because Sora has not yet given license. The last time I checked, they've not yet given license for they've not yet given license to their APIs. Because if you want to automate it, you need to have an API to the system. So I don't think they've given access to APIs. The last time I checked, I didn't see that, except if I did not search properly. So what I used was a system that combines different stock videos together. But anyways, that's by the side. But what am I saying about? Oh, we can't even use Sora in Nigeria yet. Oh, fantastic! So you can see that Sora is not yet big stream. It's not like everywhere at the moment. Because even for my channel, I did not use Sora because Sora right now, they've not yet given access to their API where you can integrate their API into your systems. The only way you can use Sora right now, the last time I checked, is by downloading the application and using it there. Well, now there's a reason I brought up Sora. With Sora, you say Sora is creating videos, realistic videos. Just imagine that Sora is now mainstream. It means that you probably don't need to make skits anymore. You can just use Sora to create a funny video, a funny skits with your face. That's the great thing about Sora. You can use your face. You can use your face to create a video of you. So I can use my face to create a video, a content of me. If I want to create a skit, I want to create something to create content of me while I'm sleeping. I post it on social media, and people are going to be looking at it and be laughing and giving me likes, and I'll be making my money. Think about it. So that means that if you are not upskilling with AI right now, you are playing. Because, like I said, AI is not going anywhere. It's just like, now think about it. It's quite unrealistic for someone today not to know how to use the internet. It's unrealistic. You can't have someone tell you, oh, I don't want to learn internet. Why would you learn how to use the internet? Because there's no job today that you don't need to know how to use the internet. Even if you're a doctor, you're going to need to know how to work with computers. Even as a doctor, because your patient's data is going to be on the system. Maybe you need to create some charts, whatever the case may be. So every single person is using the internet in one way or the other, in their day-to-day jobs, even in your 9 to 5. You use the internet one way or the other. So it doesn't make sense that someone would say, oh, I don't want to learn how to use the internet. So why should it make sense for someone to tell you that I don't want to learn how to use AI? Because you think AI is still new? I just gave you the example of the internet. Internet became mainstream in 2000. Look at where it is today. And that's only going to be the same thing for AI. So you want to ensure they are upskilling. You're a project manager, upskill, get into Gen AI, learn Gen AI, understand how you can work with tools and automation for your AI project as a project manager. Know how to work with AI in Asana. And also think about it, guys. Think about it. There is hardly any application right now that does not have some sort of AI infused. There's hardly any application right now you would download. There's hardly any application you would download right now that does not have AI. Am I the only one seeing this? I need you guys to tell me, am I the only one seeing this? Is it that I'm way over my head? I need responses. Have we called it a day? Okay, or have we all gone to bed? Am I the only one seeing this? Or have you noticed that there's no application right now? And I use the word no knowingly. There's no application right now that does not have AI. There's going to be some sort of AI. CapCut has AI. Canva has AI. Everything has AI. I need you guys to agree or disagree with me. Don't keep me quiet. Or should we end the session? Are we tired? Maybe let's end the session right now. It's already 1 hour 30 minutes. I think it's high time we end the session. Okay. I need to know. Tell me. Okay. Let's do a challenge. If you can tell me one app that does not have AI, I might just have a present for you. I might just have a present for you. Tell me one application that does not have AI. One, just tell me one. I'm not saying list two. Just list one. One application that does not have AI. Nigerian bank apps. Aside from Nigerian bank apps, because bank apps, due to security reasons and all of that, that's the reason why there's no AI infused yet. And I use the word yet knowingly. You can never be sure about tomorrow. So it's a security app. And AI, when you're using AI, that's another source of security breach that you have to worry about. That's the reason I know there's no AI in bank apps yet. But even bank apps have AI. It's not in the bank app, but the bank has AI. Banks have AI. They have agents. They have agents. Or am I wrong? Banks in Nigeria have agents, right? They have AI agents. I'm pretty sure I've heard of Leo before from UBA. That's an AI agent. Exactly. So that it might not be the application yet, okay? But they have their own AI agents. So just to tell you that if you are not on the bandwagon right now, it might be too late for you in the future. So these are the skills that you have to know. And of course, your class times, when you need to get into class. Saturdays, you have classes on Saturdays, you have classes on Sundays. Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. West African time. On Sundays, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. West African time. For you to go ahead to learn. And that takes us to the next thing. It's ISOCEL. I've seen the skills I need to know. Okay? I've seen the skills I need to know. I've seen the career paths I need to get into. But I don't know. I need to conclude. I'm understanding you, but don't I need experience to get a job? Because you're just making it sound like right now, like, oh, all I just need to do is learn the skills, learn AI, and a job is going to be on my table waiting for me. You actually need experience to get a job. I mentioned this earlier. So how are you going to get experience? Especially for those of us that are new in the space. You are totally new. You don't know anything about the space. You've never worked anything. You don't have any project or any experience to show for it. So how are you going to get a job when recruiters are asking you, oh, how many years of experience do you have? How are you going to get a job? Is it going to be magic? Is the job going to fall from heaven? Will it fall from heaven on a platter for you? Sorry, it doesn't work that way. But there's good news. The good news is the fact that for you to get a job, for you to get experience, there are two ways you can go about it. The first being by, of course, working on the job. You can work on the job to get experience. So you're working on the job, you're getting experience. And the second way to get experience is by having a portfolio, building a portfolio. I even agree. There's this new school of thought, and I stand by it, that today, portfolio is more important than experience. I repeat, I stand by the school of thought that says that today, portfolio is more important than experience. Why? Because today, everybody is using AI to work on their CV. This person will tell you that they have 8 years experience. The other person by this time will tell you they have 20 years experience. The other person will tell you they have 50 years experience. Every CV is looking sharp today due to AI. Every CV is looking crisp, it's looking nice. You don't have the experience, AI will tell you have 50 years experience. But one way to know those that actually have the experience and those that do not is having a portfolio. If you want to get a job in tech and you don't have a portfolio, you don't want to get a job in tech. The portfolio is what serves as proof of work. You have 20 years experience. That means that when I take a look at this portfolio, I should be seeing 20 years worth of knowledge, 20 years worth of experience, 20 years worth of valuable projects. Not necessarily you need to have 100 years of projects, but that your very best project is showing that, yes, this person has 20 years of experience. If you're applying to jobs and you don't have a portfolio on your CV, that's a crime. One way I scan CVs If I'm working on a project and I need some people to work with me, just on a short project, I usually head on. I head on, reach out to people on LinkedIn, most especially, check out their profile. If I feel that a good fit, I send them a message, tell them to work with me on a project if they're interested. If they say they're interested, I have a quick interview, they send me their CV, blah, blah, blah. I do all of those things. Okay. So when I'm taking a look at CVs, one major thing I'm looking at is the portfolio. If I don't see your portfolio, if I don't see your portfolio on your LinkedIn, first of all, I don't see it on your LinkedIn, there's a very high chance I will not reach out to you, first of all. But if I even decide to reach out to you, maybe I see your post, I see, okay, this person actually seems to have what it takes. And when I ask for a portfolio, you are not able to provide me with your portfolio. Or when you send me your CV, I'm not seeing the portfolio of your CV. I'm not moving forward with you. How in the world do you not have a portfolio? How? So you need to have a portfolio. That's the way for you to get experience, by working on industry relevant projects and ensuring that your portfolio showcases the very best projects that you've worked on. That is how you get your experience. That's how you get a job. With that, you can boldly say, yes, I have 2 years experience. And your portfolio is showing that you have that experience. Because these are the projects that someone with 2 years experience should be working on. And you've worked on the project, and you've worked on those projects. You have proof of work. Proof of work. That's how you get experience. And how are we going to help you to get that experience? How are we going to help you to get that job? Is by following the working formula: the learn, the package, and the apply. You learn, you package, and you apply. All of these things is what we get you the job. You learn. At Analytics Business, we teach you the skills. All of those skills I mentioned earlier. We teach you the skills, you get the skills. The next thing is to package. Packaging involves creating your portfolio. We guide you on that. Packaging involves having a great LinkedIn profile. I just told you I head on when I'm trying to work on the because I work on several projects, on several roles, collaborate. I just mentioned at the start of this meeting that about 2-3 days ago, so, a company reached out to me to collaborate with them on. They're trying to revamp their systems and they wanted me to lead their team. I just mentioned that a couple of hours ago. That's at the start of the session. So I work on so many projects that way. Sometimes I'm allowed to amass my own team, and in doing so, I reach out to people because I don't post a job ad. I'm not a company that will post a job ad for you to go and apply. But rather, I search for individuals on LinkedIn. My LinkedIn account, I can search for whoever I want to search for. I search for individuals on LinkedIn, and then once I see that this individual has what it takes, then I reach out and we have a conversation. So I head out a lot on LinkedIn. If your LinkedIn profile is not looking crisp, if it's not looking good, there's absolutely, and I repeat, absolutely no way I'm going to be reaching out to you. And the great thing about LinkedIn is that the way the algorithm works, the algorithm doesn't show you. Maybe you've not really searched for profiles on LinkedIn. The way LinkedIn works, everybody has a chance. LinkedIn, I think weekly, LinkedIn changes their searching algorithm. So maybe you've not because on LinkedIn, for you to have unlimited search, you have to have a premium account. So maybe you guys don't know this. But on LinkedIn, if you have a premium account or if you can search, do this. On Monday, I want you to search for a job role. Search for, say, data engineers. Okay, not the jobs, but the people. Search for data engineers, the people. And take note of the first 10 profiles that LinkedIn shows you. The first 10. Take note of the first 10 profiles that LinkedIn shows you. Tomorrow, search for data engineers again using the exact same keyword. And LinkedIn is going to show you the exact same 10 profile, the exact same 10 profiles. But I guarantee you, by next week, search for data engineers again, and you're going to see a different set of individuals, a different set of first 10 individuals, because LinkedIn is always rotating to ensure that everyone has a chance of being seen, everyone has a chance of getting that opportunity. This might not be public knowledge, but it's something I've noticed because I search for people a lot. You can check it out again. You'll see that there's this rotation. There's this rotation that always happens. So it's not like, oh, LinkedIn is always showing the best people with 50,000 followers or 100,000 followers. That's it. That's not it. Sometimes when you search for data engineers, the people you will be seeing are the people that have 500 followers, maybe 200 followers, 50 followers. Those are the people you will be seeing. You will hardly see those people with 100,000 followers, except when you start searching, moving to page 2, moving to page 3. Because LinkedIn is a website, a platform that's trying to give everyone opportunities. You don't have to take my word for it. You can go ahead and try it out yourself. Now, why am I bringing this up? I'm bringing it up because for many of us, we don't even work on our LinkedIn profile because we feel that we are never going to pop up when we are being searched on LinkedIn. That if someone is searching for a profile on LinkedIn, that your profile is never going to pop up. That's what we think, and that is false. So whenever your profile pops up, you want to give yourself the maximum chance of being called or being contacted. And how do you give yourself the maximum chance? By ensuring that your LinkedIn profile is looking spotless. You have a great profile pic. You have a great profile pic. You have great content. You are showcasing your work. All of those things are looking great. That's one of the things that would help you in packaging yourself. Then, of course, your portfolio. All of these things that we at Analytics Business would assist you with. And then after all of those things, of course, you go ahead to start applying to jobs, which would, and then you eventually get that. You eventually get that role. That's the process. You have to learn, you have to package, and you have to apply. And there are people that have been able to follow this formula. This formula I've just talked about. There are people that have been able to follow this formula and have achieved so much success. Because we've been able to help over 3,000 people transition, get a job in tech. From Abigail to Tony to Benga to Nathaniel, so many people that I cannot really spend time talking about. Once you get access to these slides, listen to these testimonials. But I'm going to highlight some key individuals to show you how they were able to employ the learn, package, and apply to get jobs. An example is Pavel. Pavel was a teacher in Cameroon before moving to the US. Pavel was a teacher in Cameroon before moving to the US. And he joined our data analytics program. And what did we do for Pavel? For Pavel, we helped him. The first thing is that he had to learn. Pavel had to learn. He completed the analytics data analytics program in December 2024 because you have to learn. You have to learn the skills. And after learning the skills, what was the next that Pavel did? We helped Pavel package himself. What is packaging? Packaging is you putting your best foot forward, ensuring that the recruiter is taking a look at you and seeing that this is the only individual I want for this role. So we helped Pavel tailor his CV to that of a data analyst. We helped Pavel. Pavel joined all the mentorship sessions. Pavel got prepped for multiple interviews, and Pavel got multiple job offers. And that was how I was able to get a job because, of course, he went ahead to apply. He applied to multiple jobs, focused on building a strong portfolio, and he tailored every application. And Pavel got a job in March 2025 this year. So many individuals. We have Abdul Rashid. Abdul Rashid, in Nigeria, we helped Abdul Rashid get a job with Child 420 in Nigeria. So many individuals. But of course, we are running out of time, so I really can't go through each and every one of these people who color that were able to help transition as well. And you too, that we can help transition, Some of you will mention that we're looking to transition, want to get a job in tech. Analytics Business is the one for you. If you don't understand that right now, I think there's probably a problem. We're able to help Annie as well. Also Judith. And that's due to the fact that we know the working cheat code, the job market cheat code. What is a job market cheat code? The job market cheat code is simple. It's straight to the point. It's straightforward. If you understand it, you are going to get a job. There's no two ways about it. I know what I'm talking about. The job market cheat code is more like a summary of everything we've been talking about so far. The fact that you have to have your LinkedIn optimized. You have to ensure that your CVs are well tailored for each and every one of your roles. You have to ensure that you have great portfolio. Many people sleep on this. Many people sleep on this. You don't understand what having a portfolio means. And then of course, having a consistent brand across all your online platforms. This is what the job cheat code. And for you to be able to get all of this, it's simple. What you should be asking is how you can get started. How you can get started is joining our next cohort, which begins on the 6th of December, just a couple of weeks from now, 6th of December. And for you to get into that cohort, for you to get everything I've been talking about, for you to now understand what it means to use AI, for you to be that HR analyst that has transcended what it means to be an HR analyst, for you to now be that automation specialist that is being sought after by so many organizations, that data analyst that has that AI skills, project managers, business analysts that has transcended what it means to be a traditional business analyst. It's simple. All you have to do is get into the program. And to do that, you just have to go ahead to register. We are currently running a discount of 50% discount due to the fact that we are celebrating Analytics at 5. So yes, we are 5 years old. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And to go ahead to get into this program, you just have to go ahead to register. So we have the programs that's in AI automation, and Gen AI for data analysts, Gen AI for HR analysts, Gen AI for business analysts, and also Gen AI for project managers. But to be an automation engineer, the discounted amount is 100,000. Okay, so 100,000, that's you getting 50% off. It will be 50% off. And so you can go ahead to make payments, and you can also break this down into 2 installments where you get your where you pay 50,000 as the first installment, and the second installment you get to pay the other 50,000. Doing this would ensure that you are keen to the discount, because the discount is just for a certain number of people. The reason we are currently giving the 50% off is that to celebrate Analytics at 5, we had some organizations and some individuals that decided to sponsor some of you, because they understand that AI skills they are here to stay. For you to be relevant in today's day and age, you need to have AI skills. And so what these companies and people did, when I decided, okay, you know what, we're going to pay for a certain number of individuals 50%, and that's what is currently running. So if you know what's really great, if you want to take advantage of this, which I know you do, you want to go ahead to see how you can make payment as quickly as possible. If you don't have the full amount right now, you can pay the discount, the first installment, so that you key into one of those people getting the 50% off. Because like I said, we have organizations are collaborating with us to offer you this discount. So once they say, oh, we no longer have money, we spent all our money, that's the end of the discount. So we're going to go back to the original price. If you've been following Analytics business, you're going to know that this was the price last month. It was higher than this. This is just due to the companies and people that are celebrating Analytics at 5. So you want to get into that. Gen AI for data analytics, the discounted amount, you get to pay 50,000. HR analyst, 50,000. Business analyst, 50,000. Project management, 50,000 as well. Coming by next month, it's not going to be this. If you think that this is, it's always going to be this way, check us out last month, and you see that these prices have actually been slashed by half. So you want to get into this as quickly as possible, so you are able to benefit from Analytics at 5. I can see I have a couple of questions, and I'm going to take as much questions as I can. Queen says I should drop my LinkedIn handle, so you can set me up on LinkedIn. I'm pretty popular. Not that I'm bragging anyway. Just search me up on LinkedIn. Just search Isusa. If you search Isusa, I'll probably be the first profile you'll see. But just search Isusa Gulahor, and you'll see my profile there. I currently don't have my link to post on the group chat. But if you want to, if you're searching for me, just go on LinkedIn and just search for Isusa Gulahor. And I'm pretty sure, or better still, or you can go on Google. Okay, if you don't want to go on LinkedIn, you can go on Google and just search me. And you're gonna see me on Google as well on your browser, and you can follow me from there as well. Thank you. So any other question? Princess is asking, is this different from data analyst we paid an amount for, and is this one going to continue till we end the program with certificate? Data analyst is different from data analyst. I think I'm going to need you to explain that question. Okay, I think I'm going to need you to explain that question a bit more. And Kelechi is asking, what's the duration of the training and what's the medium for learning So the medium for learning is you're going to be using Google Meet and your Google Classroom, and also the Analytics Business LMS, if I'm not mistaken. But it's virtual, okay? So 100% virtual learning. So it's going to be on Google Meet. I can see some answer raised, so I'm going to ask you guys to go ahead and unmute so you can ask a question. Starting with Basi. Hello, Basi. Please, you can go ahead and ask a question.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, hello, Basi. Good to see you. Good to see you. Please go ahead.
Thank you very much for the session.
Thank you. Thank you.
I am in love with what analytics is doing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Believe me, there's so much value that you guys are dishing out in every session, virtually every night. And I am just
Good.
here in my house, just enjoying all the sessions. Never you say that these master classes are free. They are not free. They are not free because the important of some of us attached to it,
Yeah,
is what makes it relevant. Because if you come online, you don't meet anybody. I don't think any class will hold.
that's
So
true.
please debunk the idea. You have answered virtually all my questions because
Yeah,
I wanted to ask as an entry level that has multiple skills, but you have not been able to, practice or land a job. So how will you be able to land a job that you will explain to your recruiters that you are that you have some experience, that you don't have an experience in quotes, but you just answered it technically, and then I think I picked it because that had been my question all the time. I think a portfolio is what I'm going to work on, and thank you for that. To me, it is like the best thing that I've ever received so far in all the sessions, and thank God that I was present in tonight's session because I have multiple skills because I just transitioned from teaching, or I'm transitioning rather. I'm still a teacher, and then I love the job, but I think it's not enough. So I'm transitioning from a teacher to a tech. So and then I've been able to learn a couple of skills, but I've not been able to have the privilege to learn from anybody or any brand. So I think it's been a major concern and maybe one of those reasons of attending analysis. But I believe that you have answered my questions, and I think I am very, very fulfilled tonight. Thank you very much for the great work and then all the team. Thank you for
yeah.
Treasure. Thank you for Debbie. Thank you for Jenna that spoke with me about 2 days ago. And then I just thank you and thank you and thank
Okay, thank you very much, Basi. I thought you had a question, but that was feedback. Thank you so much. I'm glad that you got a lot from the session. I'm really glad you got a lot from the session. And yes, my earlier threats at the start of the session about the fact that we could just end it looking at the fact that it's a free session. So yes, you're right. It's not a free session because from our own end, a lot of cost actually goes into organizing a session like this. But I was going into talking about from the participants' point of view, because for many of us, we joined the session to see how we can, just get some knowledge, and I'm glad that we were able to get all of that knowledge. So thank you very much, Basi. I'm really glad you got something very, very valuable. Next we have Joe Barra. I can see lots of answer rates. I don't think I'm going to be able to take every question. I kind of have a session coming up like in 10 minutes. So, but I would take what I can, and then for questions I'm not able to answer, all you have to do just on your group chat. I'm sorry, the admins are going to send a link for you to book a cloud session. Okay, a session that's how can you get a job, where you get to speak with professionals and you get to ask any question you have. And I'm sure that that you're going to be. I'm sure that you're going to be responded to, and all your questions will be answered. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and ask Ojo Barrow to unmute and speak. Ojo Barrow, please go ahead. Hello, Ojo Barrow. and you're not muted, but if you are speaking, I can hear you.
Yeah, yes. Hello, can you hear me now? Is it clear now?
Yes, yes.
Yes. Actually, I'm a freelancer, so and I've been able to work with a couple of agencies. Then
Okay.
I noticed that my strength is actually working. The roles I've served and I like best is working with outbound agency for code emails. That's what I like most. I have experience starting from the infrastructure or anything, or running a code email agency as yeah, in total. That's what I have, and I work with Zapier. We automate some part of our activities to Zapier, Make.com, Go 11, and all that. Then I've also worked with HR, talent acquisition companies. Precisely, all those private recruiters that will get recruiters for years. And then I currently work with Tech Sales Mentor now. That is what we do too. They are actually recruiters, but they use the code outreach system to reach out to recruiters too. So I'm asking now, I've seen your the courses, the lineup of the courses. I saw them yesterday. So by today now, when I listen to you, I'm confused because I studied accounting. I'm a financial manager in Nigeria where I work presently. I'm currently taking my MBA now, specializing in marketing management. So when I hear you speak this night now, yesterday I have made up my mind. I know what I wanted to do. But today now when I hear you speak, so I'm kind of confused. So I just need your expertise, opinion on what you think should be the actual area I should focus on. I won't tell you what I chose yesterday, but if you can, I'll forward the lineup of courses. So that's my question.
Okay. All right then. So there are a couple of questions I would have loved to ask Ojibaro just to get a better holistic understanding of
Okay.
what you want to do, and then see how we can guide you towards that. But of course, that can be done in the clarity session. But since we don't have all day, I'm just going to answer your question directly. From what you mentioned, at the moment, you run an agency, and what you guys specialize in is helping organization that's out with cold emails. And of course, cold
Exactly.
emails mean that you're sending, reaching out to so many people, sending so many
Yes.
emails. And for that line of work, where you are helping organization reach out to thousands and thousands of people, and
Yes.
hoping that some people would open it up, maybe click on the link, reach out, respond, and then you try to engage them and try to convert. For that kind of work, there's a whole lot of manual process involved.
Exactly.
A whole lot of manual process involved. I love the fact you mentioned you're already working with Zapier and Make.com, which was formerly known as Integromat, to carry out some automations, which is great. I would say that is a path you probably want to take a look at as well, because when it comes to Zapier as an automation tool is good, it's great, but it's usually based off just simple. No, that's not the word. I shouldn't say simple, but it's based off little
Basic.
automations here and there. Yeah, I could say basic. I just mentioned the fact that I built an automated channel, a fully automatic channel. I did not do that with Zapier. And I don't think I can do that with Zapier. I don't think, I've never tried it, but I sincerely doubt I can do that with Zapier. But for what I did, I also needed to use the terminal. I don't know if you know what the terminal is. On your PC, you have things like PowerShell. You have things like your CMD. It's called a terminal. So for you to, in your line of work, I would suggest that you should be looking at being more grounded in automation to see how you can automate some of the things that you currently do not know it's possible to automate. An example, maybe you're currently automating this, I don't know. But let's say you have you send all of these emails. Maybe you're probably using a marketing this.
Yes, those platforms, sending platforms instantly.
Yes, exactly.
Email Dyson, Smartly, and all that. Yes.
Yeah. Those the one I really love is Mailchimp. Just that Mailchimp is a bit expensive. It's on the high side, but I really love Mailchimp. I don't know why I'm telling you this. It's like I'm giving them free publicity. They didn't pay me. Is this not a sponsored post? Just in case you guys are wondering. Excuse me. Okay, excuse me. Sorry about that. I've been speaking for a while. So, so for in with platforms like that, you can do simple automations. You could do something like maybe when it clicks, all of those things. But one thing I think you should be looking at is, I don't know if you do this at the moment, but one thing I think you should be looking at is such an automation where if a user ends up opening an email,
Yeah.
they end up opening an email and they end up engaging with that email by maybe filling a form. Maybe you have a form in that email that said, okay, reach out and we'll schedule a meeting with you. They end up filling the form. And after that has been done, you could have a voice agent contact that person,
Perfect.
not necessarily,
Yes.
not necessarily a customer agent. Because if you are, let's say you are sending emails to 200,000 people, I don't know, this is just a very crazy number, 200,000 people. And out of 200,000 people, let's say you have a 5% open rate. Okay, you have a 5% open rate. And of that 5% open rate, let's say you have a 1% click rate where they click on that link. So 1%
Yes.
of 200,000 is already like, what's that? 20,000? I don't
20.
know.
Yes.
Or 2,000?
20K.
Yeah,
20K.
20,000. So 20,000. So if you have that 20,000, it means that it's going to be very, very difficult to have human beings reach out to 20,000 people immediately they click on that link or immediately they fill the form. But it will be very easy for you to create a voice agent that as soon as they click on that link, you automate using NHN that's going to use what we call a webhook to seek to get it will use a webhook to get that signal from that form that this form has been filled, get the information and use and call the retail API, which will signal the agent that will make a phone call to this individual, because this individual is expected that maybe the individual would have provided their phone number
Yes,
on the
we have
form.
them.
Yes,
Yes.
you provide the phone number, and then this agent will call this person. And the agent is very natural sounding. I mentioned this earlier. And of course, you're going to work on that, build that entire team. When the agent will engage this lead, saying, okay, how can we help you? What do you need? You know, if they need to schedule a meeting, do all of that. And then if that agent is, because with the way the agent works, the voice agent is able to store that conversation. So whatever the user is saying, the voice agent is able to reply. And if the agent sees that, okay, we need to schedule a meeting, then they are not going to go ahead to schedule that meeting and send a notification to a real staff that, okay, I've been able to schedule a meeting with this person for this date, meet this for this date, so you can engage that person. Because it's statistically proven that you are more likely to engage a lead, you are more likely to convert a lead if you reach out to them within the first 1 hour of them
Exactly.
actually signifying
Replying.
interest.
Yes.
Yeah, and the best way to do that is by using automation. So I would say maybe you should be looking at automation. I know you already have knowledge. I don't know how deep your knowledge is in automation.
It's not deep. It's not deep.
Okay, so maybe you can be looking at that. So that's my take. Of course, I would have loved to get more info from you to really figure out what would be the best path for you to take. But based on what you've provided, that would be my advice.
I thank you very much. I like that, and that was what I should shows you initially, and I've gotten the
Okay.
confirmation from you. Thank you. Expect me in the program. I think maybe by January, because I have
Okay,
many exams this December, so I think I will join the January cohort. Yeah.
no
Thank you
problem.
so
No
much.
problem.
All right.
Looking forward to seeing you.
All right.
Okay. Lastly, we have Princess. Hello, Princess. Quickly.
Hello, good evening.
Hello. Hello.
Thank you. It has been an amazing session. I just want to ask because, like I said, I'm an HR personnel. I want to know how, the possibilities and job roles open for HR personnel based on all the skills that you've mentioned and how we can improve on it. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay,
Sincere apologies,
apologies,
Princess.
Princess.
Please can you repeat
Please can you
yourself?
repeat yourself? I was distracted, please.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yes, I can.
Okay, yes. I said so. I was asking a question earlier. Based on the fact that I'm an HR personnel, I want to know how I can upskill on it, like based on remote jobs, how I can improve myself, because recently I applied for an internship program, and the HR there replied my mail saying that they checked my LinkedIn profile and did not see enough portfolio on my skills. And I was so hot, I felt so bad. But at the same time, I know that it's a call to do more for myself and for the job. So I really want to hear from you on the things that would help me on this tech journey that I just started. Thank you.
Okay, Princess. So about that, I'm glad that you also see that portfolios are the main thing right now. So you talked about working remotely. When it comes to HR, the best part for you is Gen AI in HR. That's the best part, and for obvious reasons. But when it comes to working remotely as an HR personnel, you are it's. I need you to clarify. I believe you mean working remotely as a full-time staff and not as a freelancer. They are two different things. You can work remotely as a full-time staff and you can freelance remotely. When it comes to HR, it is very rare that a company would hire a freelance HR due to the fact that you are going to be handling sensitive employee data. But if it's about remote opportunities, definitely you have HR remote. It's that's like a common thing. Okay, just like you're a full-time staff, but you're working remotely. So which of them are you referring to?
Sincerely, now you just you just showed me that there are two different aspects. I thought I could do both, like work remotely or decide to work full time if I'm to resign from my present place of work. Yes.
Okay. I'm glad that you can you mute? Yes, I can hear myself. Yeah. Okay, so I'm glad that you mentioned that and I provided clarity. So yes, definitely you can work remotely. That's not you can work remotely as a HR personnel, a HR analyst. Just that it's going to be full time. Like I said, it is rare for you to have like a side gig and you are in HR. It's very rare, except in recruitment. Yes, many freelancers, you have many freelance HRs that are employed for recruitment purposes. A lot, that's very common. So maybe a company is looking to hire someone and they don't have enough hands. They just contact some freelance individuals. Okay, we're looking to employ these people, help us search for great candidates. That's it. But when it comes to actually working as an HR personnel, HR analyst, it's mostly full time. And the sole reason for that is because a company cannot just go ahead and give you access to their company staff when you're not a part of to their company, to their employees' information when you're not a part of that. It's a very risky move. It breaches a lot of data privacy issue. It's very risky. Okay, so that's what you want to be looking at. Remote opportunities. And for remote opportunities, just Gen AI for HR is still the best bet. There's so many remote opportunities for HR staff. It's not, you don't have to be in the office as a HR analyst. You don't have to be in the office. For example, Teleanalytics, we work remotely. We have HR as well. I don't think they've ever seen the office ever. Spotify is a fully remote organization. They have HR too. HR works remotely, and you have things like this. So if you want to get a remote job, it means that you're going to have to your focus is going to be a bit different, because since you're not just applying to every kind of job, you're going to have to focus on remote opportunities. But I know your question was, are there remote opportunities for you as an HR personnel? Definitely, 100%. And Gen AI and HR will offer you that. Just that, you are going to be looking at full-time remote. Sorry about that. You're going to be looking at full-time remote opportunities and not freelancing. Not that, you want to be a freelancer or you want to, be working as maybe be like a contractor working for different organizations. No, that's not going to happen in HR, except as a recruiter. As a recruiter, yeah, you can work for different organizations at the same time. But like HR, no. it's not gonna happen. Except we want to just leave HR completely and move into something else. So that's I hope I answered the question, Princess.
Yes, thank you for the clarity. Thank you.
Sure. So yeah, I'm going to have to end here. Moses, I know you have a question, but please, don't worry. You can just book a clarity session and take your question. I really have to go now. Thank you, everyone. Treasurer, you can go ahead. I think
Yeah, thank you, Isosa. Yeah, you can go to your next meeting. I'll just take the questions that anyone has. All right, thank you so much. Yeah. All right then. So Moses, you can go ahead with your question. Let's have your question. Hi Moses, are you there? Please, you can go ahead with your question. Let's take your question. And if anyone else has, okay, yeah, please go on.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Okay, I saw multiple courses, and what if someone wants to take like 2 courses, because I am interested in 2. That's I'm interested in the the project management stuff, and I'm interested in the AI automated engineer. That's a building LLM, and
Okay.
yeah. And then I am also interested in generative AI for project managers. So how can I combine the 2?
Okay, so we don't advise you take 2 of them at the same time because classes go on concurrently. So all the classes will start at the same time. So Saturday and Sundays we'll be having 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. for one cohort. What we would recommend is that you would make payment for both of the courses so that you can enjoy the discount. So once you start one course, if it's AI automation, you start it in December and you're finishing in February, then you're picking up your AI and project management class to start. So, but you would still be able to benefit from the discounts. But taking them simultaneously would not be in your best interest because there are hardcore projects you're going to be working on for either of them, and you want to have like full attention for if it's AI automation engineering or if it's AI and projects management, and so you don't get to mix up information. So once you're done with one, you pick up the other one and you finalize with that. Does that answer your question, Moses?
Okay, yes. So when is the the promo ending?
So I can't state, I don't know what Isosa mentioned, but looking at the data as of yesterday, we had about 8 slots. Today we have about 5 slots thereabouts left because people made payments. So it is based on how many people would make payments. It's not based on, it's ending by end of the month or start of December. Once the number of discounts, number of available slots are over, then the discount is over pretty much. So that's why I always mention on those calls that if you have a substantial, amount to commit to it, or if you're going for those both courses now, AI automation is discounted to 100,000, and you can also pay in 2 installments. That's 50,000 naira now and 50,000 naira later. You can pay 75,000 naira. You can even pay 50,000 naira to cover both of them. And then you're starting your AI automation engineering in January or February, as the case may be. But there needs to be a commitment fee, and I can see people still registering right now. But once this discount slot is over, that's about it for it. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, so the course is they're starting by next year, right?
So we have one that's starting this December, and then we have another one that's starting in January. But the discount covers for either December or January. So if you're registering now, you're registering either for you're going for the December cohort that is starting December 6th, and then that's literally next week Saturday, or you're going for the January cohort that is starting January 10th. So these are your different options that you have. But if you are paying for the discount, it has to be right about now because class is literally next week Saturday. So that's pretty much the flow for it.
Okay, so what will happen is I'll think about it from now till Friday, then I will look at the one I'm going to start then. Before that Friday I will be able to pay for the 2.
Okay. Issue is I don't know if the discount will still be available by Friday, but if it is, we'll definitely let you know. Okay.
I mean before I mean, before I will pay. I will pay for the automated class. I will pay it by Monday. By Monday, I'll do the 50% payment. Then within the week, I may even, if is another slot, if the slot are still available for the one for the project managers,
Yeah.
I'll pay everything in full and then wait after I finish with this one. Then I'll take off.
Yeah, then take the course in January.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. All right. No worries, Moses. That's really noted. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Do you have any other question?
Then the other question is, he talked about guiding people and then you learn, they guide you, and then you get a job.
Mm-hmm.
Either after the program, there will still be engagement on guiding you, or it's still within the courses, they will now guide you after the learning, or it's after the learning, then they will guide you.
Okay, fantastic. So it's during and after. So during the course program, if you see on the curriculum, when you get to week 6, you start looking at your AI deployment, monetization, and application. So during this process, it is now all the projects you've been working on. Build your project portfolio, go into your LinkedIn profile to see, oh, I'm looking for an AI project engineer role. What is your profile saying, and how can we optimize that? It is now looking at, going to freelancing job sites like Fiverr, like Upwork, looking at all that, setting up a profile for you, helping you create your project portfolio. And then we now start sending different job opportunities that is available across the world that you can apply for, and then help prep you, help teach you how to optimize your CV. Once you're done, you become an alumni of the program and you are added to the alumni community. The alumni community also gets that job application. You have access to your facilitator. Per adventure, you have an interview, and you can always reach out to your facilitator at that point to go over it. So you'd have that support during the session, that's during the class time period, and even after you're done with the course. So that's the flow.
Okay, you've answered my questions.
All right, fantastic. Looking forward to having you join the session as soon as you can. Thank you so much, Moses. Please,
I've seen your number from the comment. I've picked it, so I will contact you on Monday.
All right, that's fine.
You're welcome.
Okay. Are there any other questions? Does anyone else?
Maybe when I'm registering, then I will get to find out some certain things. But for now, that's all.
All right. Thank you so much, Moses. Anyone on the call? Do you guys still have any other questions that you need me to clarify on before we close out on today's session? It would be fantastic if you can lock in your slots. Like I mentioned, if you can see, class is going to start December 6th. So there's not a lot of time anymore for the discounts. And once that is up, it is till next year, and you're going to be paying 200,000 naira. So it makes no sense that you get on the call, you hear there's a 50,000 naira price, and then you're paying 200,000 naira. So that would be helpful. Send the payment to the WhatsApp group. Okay, you can send a message to the number, and they send this particular information where Blessing just dropped, and she attached her phone number. So you can just send her a message, and she will send you the account details directly. And once we're done with this call, we'll also post on the WhatsApp group, so you can make your payment as quickly as possible. I think it's just faster to go through that route. And the good part about it is you can always make payment directly on the website. That's even if you're not paying to the account details. If you're coming to Tenalytics Business Open Program page, you want to pay directly from here. You click on register to secure your spot, and then you enter your full name, your email address, your phone number, whatever cohort you're registering for, whether December or January. If you're registering for more than one people, because we have organizations that register for their staff, you can click on this and put in the number of people you're registering for. It's a full payment or 2 installment payment. You click on that, and then it takes you to Paystack. So from Paystack, you can decide whether you want to do a bank transfer, you want to pay with your card, you want to go to the bank to make payment. And you just have a lot of options. If you're not going through that route, there is the Kuda account details in the chat. Tenalytics Business Data and Strategy Limited Business, that's the name of the account. and the account number is there. So once you've made payments, now to be able to properly register, there's this registration form. So you fill in your details, your email, the receipt of payment, your phone name, email address, all that to be filled in here. And then you go ahead to submit and you're fully registered for the program. So there are two methods in making payments just to ensure that you are fully set up for class. And once you've done that, you get an email, a confirmation email from the class coordinator stating that payment has been confirmed and this is your onboarding kit, depending on when you're registering for, if it's December or January. So that's pretty much the flow. I don't know if any other person has any question. I can still only see Moses' hands raised. So if you have any question, please, it's a good time to ask so we can clarify on all the questions that you have going into class starting in December or in January. Lawal, I hope I've been able to respond to your question in the chat. Lawal, are you still there?
Yeah, good evening, ma.
Yeah, good evening. So you can just make payment through any of those methods that I've mentioned, and then you should be fully sorted out. Okay?
All right, ma.
Okay, Lawal Ayodele. I was talking to Lawal Lani, but yeah, thank you. Thank you for responding. Hi, Moses. Please go ahead with your question. Or was that a mistake? You raised your hand again. Okay, I'll assume that's a mistake.
It's a mistake.
Or Moses, do you still have any question?
That was a mistake.
Okay. I want you to send payment. Okay. Lawal, please just reach out on the WhatsApp group. I'm confused. Is it you want to send the receipt or you want us to send the account details? I'm not clear. If you can unmute and speak, it might just help put things in better perspective. Hi, Olani, are you there?
Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, good evening.
Yes, I can hear you. Good evening.
Okay. I want you to send I missed the breakdown of the payments for the courses. Actually, I'm talking about the AI for administration, the breakdown. So I want to see the payment fully. Actually, I saw, because I just screenshot, because I couldn't, there was a network breakdown during the payment talks.
Okay.
So I want to know more about the payments very well.
All right.
Which
One
one is the
second.
25,000? Which one is the 50,000? So I want to understand very well about the payments.
Okay. Yeah. So please confirm you can see my screen. Can you see my screen? Hi, Lawal, are you there?
Yes, I can see. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so for AI, if you want to take a screenshot, you can take a screenshot right about now. For AI automation engineer, it was original price was 200,000 for all the courses. Original price is 200,000 naira, but because of the 50 to 75% discounts for AI automation, it brought it down to 100,000 naira. And you can either choose to make a full payment or you can pay in 2 installments. If you're paying in 2 installments, your first installment will be 50,000 naira now. And then you're looking to pay at the end of December. That's if you're starting December cohort, or you're looking to pay the second balance at the end of January if you're starting in January cohort. If you're not going for any of the generative AI program, instead of you paying 200,000, you're just going to be paying 50,000 naira. And at that rate, you don't even still need to make the payments all at once. You can pay it in 2 installments. So the first installment, you're paying 25,000 naira now to start either in December or January. And then you're paying the second installment at the end of December. That's if you're starting with the December cohort, or at the end of January if you're starting with the January cohort. Like I mentioned, there are 2 methods in paying. You can pay from the website directly, like I initially showed, or you can pay through the account details. And once you make payment in the account details, it brings you back to this form to fill. Once you fill the form, you'll be fully registered for the course. Laura, does that clarify?
Okay, thank you. I can understand.
Okay, all right, fantastic. Are there any other questions? Does anyone else have any other questions? All right, I would assume that we are all good to go. And thank you so much for those that have registered. I think you guys are all superstars and looking forward to having you in class. come December or January, as the case may be, regardless of the cohorts that you're registering for. I just need to reiterate the discount. I don't think it's going to be more than Monday, and then we'll pretty much close off with that, and prices goes back to normal. So if you're looking or you're interested in any of this program, you can go ahead to lock in your slots, and you can also let us know, depending on your situation, and then we can make consensus on that. That being said, thank you so much, everyone, for joining tonight's session. And I think we're going to call it a night right about now. Please enjoy the rest of your evening and have a great day. Thank you, and bye for now.